We're live from the capital, Gaborone. This is BTV News at 9 o'clock. I am Khomotso Mapani. Let's take a look at the headlines. Bank of Botswana updates President Masisi and Cabinet on the bank's 2023 annual report. Statistics Botswana and CIPA signed a memorandum of understanding. Farmers encouraged to take advantage of the latest technologies. Interpreting in sign language is Topo Taposa. Good evening. Bank of Botswana held an economic brief for President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi and Cabinet to update them with the bank's 2023 annual report. The annual report covers mainly the bank's operations and audited financial statement, themed the role of the outlook and prospects, as well as a background to policy conduct by operations by the bank. Just recently, the bank's governor, Mr. Cornelius de Koop, announced that the Monetary Policy Committee reduced the monetary policy rate from 2.4% to 2.15% to stimulate economic growth. Still, at Bank of Botswana headquarters, President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi unveiled the zebra sculpture, which signifies one of the security features on the bank notes. Following the economic briefing to the President and Cabinet, Bank of Botswana will present it to other stakeholders, starting with the media on Tuesday. Statistics Botswana and CIPA signed a memorandum of understanding which will see the two work together to create a more comprehensive statistical database that reflects the dynamic business landscape of the country. Speaking at the signing ceremony, the acting statistician general, Dr. Laki Mokhatle, said the relationship would ensure that accurate information is delivered on business indicators, which will help in policy formulation that enhance economic growth. Terry Makhoeng.
This memorandum of understanding will ensure that the two organizations work together to come up with more accurate information on the business cycle and as a result pave way for formulation of policies that aid in the economical growth of the country.
Its objective is clear: to foster a collaborative relationship aimed at delivering reliable, accurate, and up-to-date statistics that inform critical domains such as business cycle indicators. It is imperative to note that statistics serve as the backbone of informed decision, providing the empirical foundation upon which policies are crafted, investments are made, and progress is measured. The significance of quality business-related and intellectual property statistics cannot be emphasized enough. They serve as vital pointers of economic health, enabling us to gauge the pulse of our national entrepreneurial spirit, identify emerging trends, and assess the impact of policies and interventions.
For Botswana to effectively move to a knowledge-based economy, it requires CIPA, amongst other organizations, to provide evidence on knowledge creation and commercialization by Botswana.
Distinguished guests, it will be recalled that the national discourse is on the transformation of our economy from high dependence on minerals, especially diamonds, to a knowledge-based economy. This is enshrined in the Sustainable Development Pillar of Vision 2036, as well as in the Botswana Intellectual Property Policy, where as a country, we aspire to use our knowledge assets to transform Botswana into a high-income, export-led economy, which is underpinned by a high productivity, diversified, inclusive, and sustainable growth. CIPA, with its mandate to protect IP, needs now to contribute by providing evidence of the level of knowledge creation, commercialization, and uptake by Botswana.
The two organizations will continue working together to provide the needed information for the formulation of policies which aid in the growth of the economy. Terry Makgoeng, BTV News, Gaborone.
The chairperson of Ntlo Khosi Puso Gaborone says they are planning to partner with the University of Botswana to equip Mahosi with special knowledge on topics that will help them to improve service delivery. Khosi Gaborone said this when officially opening the 14th session of Ntlo Khosi. Komiso Mapanyani.
Upskilling the Bogosi with different set skills is said to be important in maintaining the integrity of Bogosi in this country. Khosi Gaborone says equipping the Bogosi with special skills will sharpen their leadership for the betterment of their community.
Re ntse nna le tshwaragano le batho ka go farologana go leka go tlhatlhelela borara go ba ruta ka se boeteledipele e leng sone le gore ba ka tlisa diphetogo ka popego e ntseng jang. Tshwaragano ya rona le ba Botswana National Productivity Center ka gore runtuntsha on strategic leadership and change management. Maikaelelo e ne e le one a. Mme ke dumela ke re maduo mangwe a setsana bonetse gone mo ntlong ye borara bosupa ka ditlankana tse boneng ba di neela le ditshwantsho gore re leka go dira se mo dikgaolong tsa rona e le maiteko a go supa gore re rutiwe ebile re utlwile se re neng re se bolelela. Mo godimo ga moo re tsere tshwetso ya gore re buisanye le ba mmadikolo, the University of Botswana, gore re tlele ka lenaneo la go ruta marara, tailor-made programs for the Khosi tse maikaelelo a tsone tla be le go tlhatlhelela borara go ba ba mo diemong tsa go lebagana le dikgwetlho tse di harologaneng tse lehatshe di le itemogelang. Mo godimo ga moo phuthego nngwe le nngwe ya rona re tlisa makalana a farologaneng gone mo ntlong ya dikgosi le ga re tswa ga re ntse re ya gone ko gore ba re rute ka mananeo, ba re ruta ka the mandate, the policies, the programs tse di farologaneng e le tsela nngwe ya go abelana le gona kitso, information sharing ya go nonotsha borara ba lefatshe leno.
Khosi Gaborone says the integrity of the Khosi should be recognized as they have a role of advising government on legislative issues.
Nkwe e ne ya nna le a retreat ko Manong with His Excellency the President of the Republic of Botswana, Dr. Mokgweetsi Eric Masisi, le bangwe ba khuduthamaga ya gagwe ya matona. Ko re ne ra tsewa step by step, kgato le kgato, ka maikaelelo a puso le lenaneo la puso, the transformation agenda and the mindset change campaign. Ka go le botlhokwa gore re le borara re tswelele le rona re kgona go amogela diphetogo le go rera diphetogo mo merafeng ya rona gore re fetole ka ga re dirang dilo ka teng. Ke dumela ke re ko retreating e go na le tsene ra di dumelana ra ba ra di buisanya le motlotlegi Tautona, mme tse dingwe ra ba ra tswelela ra di dira. Ke dumela ke re thulaganyo e ya tshwaragano with the executive e tla tswelela e ntse hela jang.
As this country is going to the October 2024 general election, Khosi Gaborone pleaded with the Khosi not to be affiliated with any political issues. Kumiso Mapanyani, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Ministry of Transport and Public Works plans to construct a dry port in Mosese along the A3 road where trucks could load and offload goods. Addressing residents of Nata to update them on progress regarding the rehabilitation of the A3 road, the Minister, Mr. Eric Molale, informed them that they are engaging their Zambian counterparts on the proposal while waiting for the commencement of the construction of a railway line from Mosese to Zambia. Betali Bando has more.
Nata village has become a transit center that experiences a surge in traffic volumes, especially long-haul cross-border trucks. While these trucks enable trade between Botswana and other countries, the place where they dock on transit has become an eyesore to the community of Nata. Some spend days here waiting to continue their long journey from South Africa across Botswana up North Africa.
So se sengwe se re se dirang ka tsela e ke gore re ne re eletsa gore bogolo jang ka 83 go ya ko Francistown e santse e senyegile thata.
A3 road is badly damaged from Francistown up to Nata. I have instructed my ministry officials to go to Zambia and start talks on how we can manage the movement of trucks between two countries. And we are proposing for a dry port in Museti for the trucks to load and offload there after we have engaged with the Zambian government.
Re ha Museti, re dry port. It's now we are le push ya Zambia. Tarakatse bogolo ni di tla di ba. Ha di sna go ba di tsa mo go tswang kwa di heta di boela.
Through the expected overhaul or maintenance of the A3 road from Francistown and A33 from Nata to Mwasha Gate, Khosi Justin Ntuane pleaded with government to consider making the road a dual way to cater for parking along the road.
At least the 5 kilometers before it's an amumutsi.
Plead that the road should be made a dual way 5 kilometers away from the village. This is because we are experiencing traffic volumes and these trucks contribute in road accidents.
Tsela tse ha di kopanang kana di kgaoganang teng Maung Kasane Francistown go irwe mo ka sekgwa go teng.
I have instructed that when constructing roads similar to Nata, where the village is a center, the design should be able to address traffic volumes, and we have engaged experts who will advise on what needs to be done.
Ake ba go ira dual carriageway kana ba go ira bypass kana ba go ira ha kitse hanka ke ka e bua ka hore ke bona ba itsana pe they only recommend to us ra be re leba se leng hore se ka tswa se siame re be re bona hore se ja bokae.
Residents welcome developments that will come along with the reconstruction of the roads, including employment opportunities.
Government in 1979
in the 1979s, when a contractor is carrying out a 3-year project, they align our employment terms with the duration of the project. But these days, we renew our contracts every 1 month. Why is that so? It is against the labor law because you need to have terminal benefits at the end of your contract. Therefore, the district commissioner and the labor office should come here and advise the community on these irregularities. The construction of roads infrastructure across the country will play a key role for Botswana to achieve its ambition of becoming a high-income status by 2036, and 13 billion pula will be used for major public works projects to be carried out under the second phase of Transition Development Plan. Bethany Mantu, BTV News, Nata.
The Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Fidelis Molao, has urged farmers in Mokani to take advantage of the latest technologies in developing their farming. Minister Molao said this at this year's Mokani Farmers' Day held in Mokani. Kipidile Khaulebale and Lovemore Mario.
Mokani Farmers' Day is one of the biggest agricultural events that attracts farmers from different parts of the country. It is purposed to bring farmers together for both networking and information sharing. At this year's event, farmers were encouraged to take advantage of the latest technology and use it to develop their farming.
The government is working tirelessly to complement the efforts of the farmers, such as yourselves, by improving agricultural production and removing obstacles in the agricultural sector. And through this program, we've got 8 objectives that we are pursuing. The commercialization aspect, the growth of the livestock sector in numbers and quality, promote food security through improved
livestock productivity, improve livestock management practices, rangeland resource utilization and conservation.
Our government has taken the decision to support the agricultural sector and invest more money in it. This is because we want to see a Botswana that is food secure.
So,
as water is one of the most important commodities in farming, Water Utilities Corporation was also at the event to capacitate farmers on water connection in their farms.
As an utility, to septic tanks.
We as Water Utilities Corporation encourage our farmers to use septic tanks. We no longer allow the use of pit latrines as waste materials always find a way into underground water and pollute water sources.
In other areas like Waramus, where we can't use groundwater, they are polluted by pit latrines.
In agriculture, lastly, but today, we about 800 million in agriculture.
In agriculture last year, we invested about 800 million pula. 400 million was for the beef sector. Mahalape East had its share of 45 million pula.
East, only 45 million. 45 million.
Still at the event, some farming equipment and different cattle and goat breeds were exhibited.
The director of Orphans Nest, Ms. Morati Khari, says that caring of orphans and vulnerable children is the responsibility of everyone, including private companies. At the Orphans Nest charitable dinner in Gaborone, Ms. Khari appreciated the support they have received thus far from companies, but encouraged them to do more. Tolfero Tombale reports.
According to the National Situational Analysis on Orphans and Vulnerable Children in Botswana 2019, there are around 130,000 orphans and vulnerable children in the country. The care of these children is something that motivates not just the government, but non-governmental organizations such as Orphan Nest. To help raise funds towards this gesture, Orphan Nest recently invited private companies to a fundraising dinner for these children living in the Botswana area.
Dijo tsa rona tsa maitsiboa re kgobokanya madi gore re tle re rekele.
Our goals and intentions for the dinner is to raise money to be able to buy winter clothes for orphans in Botswana. We also have 50 underprivileged children at Ngoya Phiri Primary School, whom we intend to buy jerseys and blankets.
50 ko primary ya Ngoya Phiri ba jalo re ba rekelang di-jersey, re tla be re ba lentse di-jersey yalo le dikobo, 50 of them.
Some of Botswana's notable personages praise the work of Orphan Nest.
Government alone cannot afford to take care of these children, and organizations like Orphan Nest are godsend in that they assist government to achieve the commitment made in the Children's Act.
Ms. Khari also shared her organization's vision for the future.
Ka ngwaga wa 2029,
By 2029, it is our aim that all of Botswana understand the importance of taking care of orphans. We have realized that this message, for one reason or another, is not reaching the population in the way it should. Why do I say this? Well, our strategy as Orphan Nest has been to engage people through khotla meetings, but it has occurred to us that there are other methods we can use, particularly the use of the internet and social media, in keeping with today's society. Orphan Nest also encouraged Botswana in general to help where they can, even if it is through the donation of old clothes for the orphans and vulnerable children they support. Solofala Tombale, BTV News, Gaborone.
In other news, Lentswe Letau Mopani, area member of parliament, who's also the assistant minister of education and skills development, Ms. Naniki Makwinja, recently donated 130 blankets and 150 sanitary towels to residents of Soje. Ms. Makwinja's donation was made possible with support from Art of Living Botswana. Lizzie Klaas reports.
Upon realizing that some of the elderly people in Soje are impoverished and cannot afford some necessities, the area member of parliament, Ms. Makwinja, together with Art of Living Botswana, devised a plan to save them from this situation by donating blankets and sanitary towels to them. Ms. Makwinja is confident the move is poised to save these elders from the cold winter weather. You will never lack and experience hunger, get cold or become destitute, because I will run around asking for donations to give you like I have done today. We are donating blankets to you because it's winter and cold. We promise to come back with more donations in the future. The government relies on mineral resources such as diamonds, copper and coal. It cannot make it on its own. Hence there are some important independent organizations like the Art of Living which are always willing to help. The blankets brought joy to these elders who expressed their wish to get donations like this one more often to cater for their needs. I'm thankful because I got a blanket as a gift. May God help strengthen and increase them so that they keep on blessing us. This time around, the winter season will be bearable. As I have been given a blanket, my life now will be better onwards. In accordance with the old adage, sharing is caring, Ms. Makwinja urged the residents to always share with those in need. Lizzie Klaas, BTV News, Soje.
Bishop Mutlwatsi Kokoro of Spiritual Healing Church has thanked those who assisted to build Kazungula branch after facing financial challenges during construction. He gave thanks particularly to other churches and residents of Chobe who sacrificed to see the church building completed. The church, which was opened on Saturday, was built at a tune of 342,000 pula. Kiso Tamani with the report.
It was a delightful moment for the official opening of the spiritual church in Kazungula after delayed years of completion. They were hindered by financial constraints. Therefore, the members of the church and the community worked together for the completion of the church, since it will be a community and government service point.
Gantsi batho re a idirisa ba bangwe ba dikereke tse dingwe ba ete bate go kopa gore re na le tiro e hapegileng me ka lena le kago yo kgolwane ne re kopa go ta go idirela ga kerekeng ya lona le puso tota ya me ya le ha tsela Botswana.
The church is mostly used to serve the community as a community service point and also government community service point like polling station.
Me re thoka ha re ka ba phuthelang teng gore ba dire thulaganyo ya gore kana ya gore ke re kereke ke ya rona ke ya morahe ke ya baphuthegi ke ya lehatshe la Botswana.
We initially started the church support group of 5 church members. Currently, we are 4, and we often came up with ideas that will generate revenue. in order to assist each church in its development journey. Hence, we managed to aid in the construction of the church. The church was constructed with a total sum of over 342,000 pula. Despite the efforts made, we still face challenges that hinder our progress.
Ka 2018 ra simolodisa tirelo ya kago yone ye ra tswelela hela lo re ntse re wa re tsoga lweto le ne se bonolo.
The church was built in 2018 under so many constraints. Despite challenges, we managed to build the church with a total sum of 342,434 pula, 68 thebe.
34,068. Mene re khona ka di kereke tse re dirisanang le tsone le di community kwa tse re dirisanang le tsone.
The completion of the church has indicated the importance of churches working together, as that will help bring more developments and project completion on time. Also, church promotes peace and harmony. Kitsotemani, Botswana Television, Kazungula.
Kobamelo Clap and Tap Choir from Khanzi will represent the Western region after winning the Clap and Tap competitions, which were held in Hukunzi on Saturday. The national competitions will be held in Gaborone next month. Neo Mudungwa.
Clap and Tap will make its maiden appearance at this year's arts competition, joining other genres which has enjoyed support and growth over the years. Through its capability to soothe the soul, entertain the audience here in the Western region, Kobamelo from Khanzi became the torchbearer, having outmatched other competitors to book itself a trip to national capital for fierce competition from other regions. Securing a win here was not a walk in the park. It was not easy, more especially that we come from different villages. Nonetheless, we thank God that we managed. I urge you all to take your talent seriously. You should market yourselves in different social media platforms and draw inspiration from TKM and Joyous Celebration choirs.
Joyous Celebration.
Judging this genre of clap and tap, though it was a first, was not easy.
In a competition setup, the song arrangement is very important.
We don't want to see you causing chaos on the stage. Have an agreement.
Maybe they coordinated. At least
it's some form of a cultural exchange. Preserve what we have, but at the same time sharing the culture across the district and across the country.
A more fierce competition awaits Kobamelo Choir in weeks to come in Gaborone, where other competitors will wait for them to compete against each other for glory. Clap and Tap participants is expected to help them grow and have a part in growing the creative sector in the country. Neo Mudungwa, Botswana Television, Hukunzi.
Artists have been urged to sharpen their craft to make it appealing and profitable. This was said by Potavango chairman, Mr. Lehodile Sahanabeng, during the National Arts Festival competition for chorale, clap and tap, poetry and Mogolokwane categories for the Northwest region in Maung. Marangane Samakata with the report.
Art is perceived as the heartbeat of any nation or a society, as it keeps them entertained and happy. This was evident in the joy and happiness that was hard to miss on the faces of residents who graced this festival here in Maung, as they were mesmerized by the sizzling performances of artists battling it out to secure a spot at the national level. Just like some people get up every morning to prepare to go to work, you should also rise up to work on your craft. Focus on that until you master your craft. Some groups are failing because they are not putting enough effort in perfecting their craft. We encourage them to make it their livelihood and participate in different other competitions because it does not serve them any purpose to wait for these ones only. The newly introduced category of clap and tap was the showstopper of the evening, and choirs are grateful to have been recognized.
E nonohile ka mabaka gore re ntshitse bana na bo mebileng bontsi jwa bana jaaka le tsoro go ditagi majalo jalo me maikarolo magolo.
Our choir is currently doing well and has successfully saved a lot of young people from substance abuse. We normally recruit young people in our gospel music concerts. This has since earned us 130 choir members, and we intend to keep at it. We are happy that this category has been introduced in this year's competitions. This really proves that the role we play in changing the lives of the youth is recognized and appreciated.
Mo national arts le rona re bonwa re le sengwe mo lehatsi bile re ka godisa banana kana re ka godisa Botswana jalo ka kakaretso.
Other winners were equally thrilled with their performances.
Over the years,
choral music has evolved over the years. It is a beautiful performance that soothes the soul. It is impactful because it keeps young people busy and distracts them from wayward behavior. I discovered my talent in ululating during my primary school days when I was part of a traditional dance group. I also started performing during traditional events, and I got feedback from a lot of people who were mesmerized by my performance. Artists have been encouraged to register for these competitions in numbers, as only a few had registered for this category in this region. Maranyani Samakata, BTV News, Maum.
Tata Khosimore is standing by to give us the latest in sport, TT. It must be my lucky day, 2 consecutive weeks, and we're still together.
But it's not your lucky day. I think I'll be not here tomorrow.
Well, it's still 2 consecutive days. I'll take whatever I can get.
Okay. Thank you, Khomotso. This is Botswana Tonight, a sports segment brought to you by Tata Khosimre. Thank you for joining us. Let's jump straight to our top story tonight. Ndundu young fighters from Shakawe and Gumare youngsters from Gumare played to a 2-all draw at Shakawe VDC grounds on Sunday, confirming Gumare youngsters as the Nghabe Regional Football Association Playoff champions. The Gumare-based side will represent Nghabe region at the upcoming Northern Promotional playoffs. Tiny Chukudu reports.
Ndundu fighters, who had won their first game on Saturday and were level on 3 points with their opponents, went into the game in need of a win to be declared champions because of inferior goal difference. Gumare youngsters, on the other hand, needed only a draw to secure a space to represent Nghabe at the Northern Promotional playoffs. The first half was a seesaw affair with both teams playing attacking football in search of the opening goal. On the 4th minute, Gumare youngsters Kupenda Kambindo, who had a good day in office, scored the first goal of the game. Then on the 24th minute, Tapao Nesukoko of youngsters found himself unmarked in the danger area and found the back of the net to give youngsters a 2-goal lead. 6 minutes after youngsters' second goal, Ndara Mahundi found space and managed to pull one back for Ndundu young fighters. Ndundu then labored hard for the equalizer, which came through Vasco Ubusito on the 39th minute. The first half continued with a lot of spark, but none increased their tally until the halftime break. Both teams went into the second half the same way they finished the first, but unfortunately failed to convert their chances. The game ended in a 2-2 draw, which handed the youngsters the Nghabi Region Championship. Tiny Tsukudu, BTV Sport, Shakawe.
Khonze Letoke from Swift is the winner of the 120 kilometers elite men's category of Babereki Cycling Challenge after finishing in a time of 2 hours 54 minutes, while Nuno Maswabi of Joining Cycling Club on the 90 kilometers women's elite category in a time of 2 hours 45 minutes. The cycling challenge was held in Mulepolole on Sunday. Jessica Pilani.
The 120-kilometer cycling race started off at Puma filling station here in Mulepolole, and Lethokwe showed resolve as he dictated the pace until they reached the finishing point in 2 hours 54 minutes.
The race was very well because not only windy, but I managed to finish.
In the 90 kilometers elite women's category, Nuno Maswabi from Joanne Cycling Club scooped position 1 after finishing in 2 hours 45 minutes, while second position went to Lobopo Ono of Tsela Riders, who clocked 2 hours 48 minutes. Ontlametse Maswabi of Tsela Riders won the 90 kilometers boys category after clocking 1 hour 37 minutes.
I was challenged there and there because I was alone. I had no one to help me recover, and coming back it was a headwind. So I pushed myself to the limit. I pushed to make it the best time.
The main intention of the Babereki Cycling Challenge is to encourage a healthy lifestyle through cycling.
In wellness, we thought of cycling. Then the advice that we got is that we've got a couple of clubs in Botswana because cycling on its own is a recognized code within the Botswana sports. We ended up having a working relationship with Tsela Riders, of which I'm happy to announce that this will be a 3-year relationship.
The first edition of the Babereki Annual Cycle Challenge had a number of categories, which included 120 kilometers, 90 kilometers, 60 kilometers, 30 kilometers, and others. It had attracted over 100 cyclists. The second edition will be hosted again next year. Jessica Pilani, BTV Sport, Mulepolole.
In Division 1 Eastern Bloc promotional playoffs played at Palape Stadium over the weekend, Sikinyega Tigers were crowned champions and promoted to First Division North League after playing to a goalless draw against the Messelina Sporting Club. Kweketso Ramons with more.
Sikinyega Tigers came into this encounter after a 0-0 win over Giant Aces, while Messelinas played a 2-2 draw against FC Palape. The first half was a balanced affair, with both teams attacking frequently, but failed to convert the chances. Messelinas, however, had an upper hand as the game went to recess with a goalless stalemate. Nothing changed after the break, as both teams continued playing like they did in the first stanza. The match ended in a goalless stalemate. The draw lifted Tigers to 7 points from 3 matches. Let's hear what this win meant for the Mahalape-based team.
We worked very hard this season, almost streaming these 2 streams come Mahalape.
We worked very hard this season. We had a 2-stream league in which we were crowned champions. That is why we are here. We are happy that we won, and it will be our first time playing in the First Division League.
We are happy because the team is first day.
The Eastern Bloc representative had this to say about the just ended season.
This year, we playoffs at Eastern Bloc host to region.
Our playoffs rotate through our regions, which are Tsopong, Silipe-Pigwe, Central North and Central South. This year, it was Tsopong's turn to host. We take champions from these regions to play a 2-day tournament, then we crown our champion.
South Silipe-Pigwe, this time got 2 days tournament, then a national champion.
Tigers now join BR Highlanders and Santa Green to make a total of 3 teams from Mahalape that will be playing in the First Division North League in the coming season. Kweketso Ramonsu, BTV Sport, Palape.
And in conclusion, India are the 2024 Money Globe T20 Mini Cricket World Cup champions after defeating host Botswana by 9 runs in the finals played at the BCA Oval in Gaborone.
India reached the final after edging out World 11 by 8 wickets, while Botswana did not lose a single match as they knocked out Pakistan by 32 runs in the semis. India got off to a flying start in the first inning as they registered 50 runs in 7.2 overs. The duo of Vino Balakrishnan and Inziman Master scored the most points, registering 100 runs in 15.5 overs before wrapping up the inning with 128 runs. Botswana had to defend the score in the second inning as they were the ones batting. The local lead registered 50 runs from 7.3 overs before reaching 101 runs in 17 overs and in need of 28 runs in 3 overs. But it was not to be as India held on strong and Botswana managed to record just 119 runs and 9 short of India.
It was a tight game. For the first time in the tournament, we bowled first. So it was something that was new for us, a challenge. I think maybe we let them get maybe about 10-15 runs too many in the first innings. But even then, when we were chasing, we were in control, say at about the halfway point, the game was ours. But then when they got a few wickets, I think about 3 in a row, then the momentum shifted and we never quite fought back.
It was good, like you see, it's one of the good match we had in the finals, and we are playing against Botswana, the tough team, and end of the day I'm playing for Botswana, and so it's happy to face these guys, a young team, and we gave them a good fight. I think it was a good final to watch for all spectators and all dignitaries here. It was, although everything, it was a good match. We really enjoyed this. It's really, I thank God for winning this, and it was tough too. We did so many working. We were working hard for last 1 month. Then the result came out well.
Karamo Tanka won the Player of the Tournament award, while Vino Balakrishnan won both the Player of the Match and Best Batter. Meanwhile, Noah Ahmad was named the Best Bowler. Khomzo Sefako, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Khomzo Sefako signing out, bringing us to the end of Botswana Tonight Sports segment. Thank you for watching. Have yourself a very good night. Back to you, Khomzo.
Thank you so much, TT. Let's meet again next time. So have yourself a fantastic evening.
Thank you.
That was Tato Khosimore giving us the latest in sport. Let's take a final look at stories leading the way this evening. Bank of Botswana updates President Mokgweetsi Masisi and Cabinet on the bank's 2023 annual report. Statistics Botswana and CIPA signed a memorandum of understanding. And farmers encouraged to take advantage of the latest technologies. That's all that we had for you this evening in our news bulletin. Up next is the weather update. BTV News, Ikanyarona.
Good evening and welcome to today's weather forecast brought to you by Mpho Ishadar. Let's start off by looking at the current satellite picture. We saw some clouds over the eastern part of Botswana, while over the western part of Botswana, clear skies are visible. For tomorrow, we expect some partly cloudy conditions over central and northeast, some patches of clouds over Chobe, Khanzi, southern, southeast, Katling, and Kwenin districts, while over Ngamiland and Kgalagadi, we expect some clear skies to be visible. In the morning, we expect some cold temperatures over Khanzi, Kgalagadi, southern, southeast, Katling, Kwenin, and northeast, ranging between 6 degrees Celsius to 7 degrees Celsius. For Ngamiland, Chobe, and the whole of central, we expect some mild temperatures ranging between 8 degrees Celsius to 12 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon, we expect some mild temperatures over Khanzi, Kgalagadi, southern, southeast, Katling, in central and northeast, ranging between 22 degrees Celsius to 24 degrees Celsius. While over Ngamiland and Chobe, we expect some warm temperatures of 26 degrees Celsius over most areas. Now, on Thursday, for southern, southeast, Katling and Gwene, we expect some clear skies to be visible with mild afternoon temperatures. For Khanzi and Kgalagadi, we expect some clear skies to be visible with warm afternoon temperatures over most areas except over Kgalagadi district, where mild temperatures are expected on Wednesday. For Chobe and Ngamiland, we expect some clear skies to be visible with warm afternoon temperatures. Lastly, for central and northeast, we expect some clear skies to be visible with warm afternoon temperatures over most areas except over northeast district, where mild temperatures are expected on Wednesday. That's all I have for you. Have yourself a good night.
Statistics Botswana and Companies Intellectual Property Authority, CIPA, signed a memorandum of understanding so as to ensure that the two organizations work together and pave way for formulation of policies that aid in the economical growth of the country. The MOU will enable the organizations to work together and create a more comprehensive statistical database that reflects